What you want to be is in normal sinus rhythm, consistently creating content to build that trust and really focusing on what is important to the patient. What value am I adding to them?
3, 2, 1, liftoff.
Welcome back to the Ketamine Startup Podcast. This is where we talk about building a ketamine therapy practice, industry insights, and what's shaping the future of psychedelic medicine. I'm Kim Ko, and we're back with another soundbite from the vault. Similar to our last episode, we're taking it a little easy for this month, and we're using this time to resurface some of our favorite content that we think is worth a second listen. This one comes from episode 35, and it's a little different from our usual guest interview format. This soundbite comes from a live presentation Sam and I gave together, where we walked medical professionals like yourself through the marketing funnel framework that we had used to successfully market our own business. But why care? Well, whether you're handling your own marketing, outsourcing it to an agency, or starting to use AI tools to help, having a working knowledge of this framework matters. You can't effectively oversee what you don't understand, and this gives you the foundation to ask the right questions, spot gaps, and make better decisions for your clinic. In this soundbite, we're going to cover the full ACC framework: awareness, consideration, and conversion, what organic content actually is and how to create it sustainably, and the Venn diagram approach to figuring out what to talk about in the first place. And yes, we know the title mentions asystole, so stick with us to the end and you'll discover why your marketing efforts are one of the most important vital signs of your clinic's health. We hope you enjoy this soundbite. Now let's dive in. The medical marketing funnel is this visual representation that your potential patients, potential referring providers go through. So they enter from the top, not knowing anything, and they go through these 3 layers. And as they go down further along the layers, they become more interested, engaged, they get to know you better, they understand you. And those that remain at the end are happy returning patients, good relationships with referring providers.
Let's dive a little bit deeper now. I want you to memorize this mnemonic, ACC, which stands for awareness, consideration, conversion. These are the 3 layers of the funnel. Think of what the funnel, kind of like a dating journey in a way where, you get to know someone, then you get to know them a little bit more, then you're actually, maybe getting married at the end of it. We're going to dive into each one in a little bit greater detail.
The first layer is the awareness level. And, what's going on here is potential patients and referring providers, they're either not aware of what ketamine therapy is. So they're trying to, a patient mentioned this, or, a friend had this. And then they're going, oh, well, who's around? Who could provide this for me? Are they going to be a good match for me? Will we vibe and whatnot? And so they're testing the waters. They're trying to get to know you and what's out there. So the type of content that is at this level that you can create, there are like the blogs, videos, podcasts, things that can live on your website that will help with search engine optimization. And that's like key and huge, as you probably all know. And then from that pillar type content, the blogs, the videos, you can make smaller social media content, which then can also indirectly support search engine optimization that you can have on Instagram and Twitter and all that good stuff. This is also where you have your traditional marketing, the ads, the billboards, TV, all that type of stuff. And for referring providers, this is where you could do your traditional kind of like meet and greets or sending out flyers and do presentations, at your local community, medical associations.
Next is the consideration level. And what's happening is here, they're aware of you and your clinic, but they're comparing their options. There may be a ketamine clinic that's near you or another ketamine provider or considering one of these online platforms. So they're just considering it. And they're like thinking, hey, why should I choose you over this next person? Some examples of content that you'd be making in this arena is social media posts, continuing that, having testimonials or reviews, whether that's Google reviews, Yelp reviews, or even just reviews on your website, really showcasing your credentials. And finally, an email newsletter, which we're going to be diving into in a bit.
And then the final level is the conversion level. And what's happening here is they've gotten to know you. They know you exist. They like what they're seeing about you. And so this time they're ready to, push that consultation button, give that phone call. They want to actually meet you in person and get that treatment done. And so at this level, you have it's just continuing down that funnel. So it's that supporting documents, the FAQs. You can also at this level do more promotional things if you want to do discounts, free consultations if you don't traditionally provide free consultations, just things to further promote them to get to you, making it easy, making it frictionless. For providers, it would be, making sure especially if you're coming from a specialty that doesn't have ongoing relationships with providers sending out patient updates and type of stuff, this is where you really need to lean into that.
So let's bring this all together in this ACC. And what I really want to highlight here is if you want to increase the number of patients, so people reaching the very bottom, what you want to do is increase the top of the funnel. So someone asked me yesterday, hey, I'm currently seeing, I'm working part-time at my ketamine clinic, maybe seeing 10 patients a month. How do I get this to 30? And the answer to that is, well, we know that the bigger the top is, the bigger the bottom is going to be. So, i.e., increase the awareness and know that at each layer, people are going to fall out, and that's okay. That's totally cool. If you're on a dating app, you might meet a bunch of people at a conference here, for example, but you're not going to date everyone. So know that when you increase the funnel, the top, the bottom number is going to increase.
And you want to have people leave the funnel as, you're like, all of us here, we would love everyone to get better. We want to help everyone. But the idea is to find the ideal match, your ideal client, the people that they get it. They know they like your flavor of unique weirdness or your way of, they like somebody who's really warm or they want somebody that's much more clinical. You want to have that good match because it's all about that therapeutic alliance. And so already kind of showing it, displaying that with this social media content and your blog starts that process. But now that you got the framework of the medical marketing funnel, we're going to jump into, how organic content fits into all of this. And basically, what is it? Because what's organic? Is it like certified organic, non-Monsanto type of content? How to make it and why is it so vital? What is organic? Okay, organic content provides value to your potential patients. It's on a platform that they are going to be naturally on, and your content is going to pull them in. They're going to be searching for it and they find it. I think that's the biggest thing. Another way to look at it is push versus pull. So going on with that dating analogy, push is like that ad that pops up, right? It's the that person that keeps on asking, oh, do you want to go out? Are you free this weekend? What's your phone number? You didn't ask for it. It just came up in front of you. Pull is, there's somebody that's interested in you. Like we're all interested in some new patients. And so what we do is we make sure we can answer all the questions, all the concerns. And so you make a carousel post or you have a blog explaining why you may be feeling nauseous or why ketamine therapy worked for your best friend, but not for you. So you're creating this stuff to help them understand. And so they go, oh, how did they know that's what I wanted to, I'm a little more interested. And so they get pulled in, they're attracted to you.
At this point, you might be thinking, great, but what do I talk about? And so here's this Venn diagram. So we got two circles. The one on the left is what your patients want to know. And on the right, what is authentic to you? And where those two circles meet, that's the content that you are making. And we're going to dive deeper into this. What do your patients want to know? Well, they want to know, who are you? Why are you doing this? Why should I trust you? What are the details of the treatment? What are the benefits for me for doing ketamine therapy with you? And they may be curious about, hey, what are just some of the frequently asked questions? Next, we have what is authentic to you? Really leveraging your unique strengths, topics that you're passionate about. So if you're really into yoga or meditation, you want to create content that is something that you're interested in, because then that'll pull that ideal client to you. So really engaging in your interests, your personal experience, your insights, because this is what makes content from generic to really authentic about who you are.
Think about it. You don't buy from like just a nameless brand. You actually buy from a person. And so it's the same thing for this. They're not coming to the spaceless clinic. They're actually coming to see who is that person that's going to be there as I go through this healing journey. And so really leaning and sharing stuff that you enjoy, because the key here is not just doing marketing. It is consistency and sustainability, because you're juggling lots of things, right? And you got to be judicious too about what you're willing to share. Some people share everything. Some people share just what they feel comfortable with. But sharing something that you're already interested in, podcasts you already listen to, sports you enjoy, hobbies, that's sustainable. You don't have to think of, oh, how do I got to like start talking about meditating, but I hate meditating. Then don't talk about it. Do things that you're already doing. And actually you'll find yourself, you're playing golf and you're like, oh, wow, I could actually use this putting analogy to explain something. Or there's good days, there's bad days. oh, I can turn that analogy into something I can share with my patients or make a quick piece of content. Let's see this in action, right? That's all fine and dandy, but what does this look like? And this is how we do it. So we shoot a video. It can be a frequently asked question, why you might feel nauseous after a ketamine treatment. It's just something that we know that patients are asking us, or something that we see, we get like a Google alert that's trending and whatnot. You can either script it or you can have bullet points. And so for Sam, he likes bullet points. And he likes to mix in, I should probably have you tell this, but he likes analogies into meditation. We're in Southern California, so we got our crystals, our woo-woo stuff. And so we lean to stuff that we're already talking about, books that he's reading. And then what we do is then take the transcript from the video and we convert it into a search engine optimized blog. And then we publish it on our website. Then what we do is we cross promote from 2 platforms. So I take the blog, I have the URL from that, the website, and then I put it into the description of the YouTube video. And then I take the YouTube video and I embedded it into our blog. And then what I do is take from either the blog or the video, we make micro content. I'll either make a carousel post, one of those posts that you swipe through, or a tweet style post. I take a video clip and then I'll post them on various platforms. Ideally optimized for each platform, because some have certain hashtags that are allowed. TikTok, who knows if it'll stay or whatnot, but they're fine with the word ketamine. Instagram right now is very flexible, and oddly enough, Facebook's not, but that was different 6 months ago. So you optimize it and you learn, which then brings me to you review the performance. So how did it do? Did people like it? Did people comment? Did people share it? Did it get flagged and I got a warning? And so I need to appeal that. Is it something I want to use again? Or it was good, but the copy didn't make sense. So the words under the post. And did I optimize it for the platform?
So that's great and all, but it seems like a lot of work. Is it really that vital? Well, I think of organic content as a way to check your pulse, and the patient is evaluating you. But if you have no content, that's essentially being asystolic, right? No heartbeat. There's no trust. Is this clinic even alive? What's going on there? And so it's really important to at least have something on there, because if you don't have content, they don't even know if they can trust you. They don't even know if you're a lie. Next, we have weak content. So if you have weak content, that's like being really bradycardic. Maybe the heart rate is in the 30s or 40s. So it's really important that the content, again, going back to that Venn diagram, it's a combination of, hey, what's the patient want to know and what is authentic to you? So you need really strong content, not generic stock photos, but maybe you or maybe unique insights that you have. Next, we have inconsistent posting, which is unreliable. It's like atrial fib with RVR, right? It's inconsistent. Like, is this even, real? Like, hey, they were super active for 3 months on Instagram, but then I haven't seen them post for months. What is going on? And when business is slow, a lot of clinics will cut down their marketing expenses. And then tells the patients like, hey, maybe something is going on. Something is weird going on there. So really what you want to be is in normal sinus rhythm, consistently creating content to build that trust, and really focusing on what is important to the patient. What value am I adding to them?
Thanks for listening to this week's Soundbite from the Vault. Now that you know your organic content is one of the most important vital signs of your clinic's health, the full episode 35 is worth exploring if you want to go deeper. We covered newsletters as a standalone marketing tool in the second half of that conversation, and we'll link it in the show notes. Also, if you're a visual learner, check out the video YouTube version of this episode. The link is in the show notes. Now, if you enjoyed this podcast and want more curated insights on ketamine therapy, psychedelic medicine, our newsletter is such a great resource wherever you are in your journey. You can subscribe to it and find all of our episodes and show notes at ketaminestartup.com/podcast. If you found this episode valuable, we'd love it if you subscribed on your favorite platform, and a 5-star review always helps us reach other thoughtful, entrepreneurial medical professionals like you. And a quick reminder that the information shared in this podcast is for educational purposes only and does not constitute medical or legal advice. Always consult with qualified professionals for your specific situation. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.